too. Knows about the grind. Yeah, bubble grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. Finally, it's game day. Edmonton Oilers, Calgary Flames, 8 p.m. down at Rogers Place. The barn's going to be rocking, and we're going to be rocking on this show. It's Joaquin Gage. I'm Hernan Salas. We got producer Zach Kubish in the house. There's a vibe in the city right now, Joaquin. There's a vibe here in the studios. Everybody's jacked up. Everybody's excited for the game. What are you doing for the game? Are you going? Are you watching at home? Are you watching with buddies? Are you watching at an establishment? What say you? Let us know. Nasty chat. Slam that thumbs up. We got to get to 100 for the Oilers, right?
Well, it's game day, so yeah, you gotta get to 100 today, especially with Yoda in the building, right?
Yes. You want to explain?
Well, I can't really explain probably as well as you do, but you have mentioned your former prof at Nate.
Mm-hmm.
His name again? Sorry,
Pat Galenza.
Pat Galenza.
Yeah, absolute legend.
Yeah, and Pat's in here with all his his young students, and it's except for me, I didn't go to school.
Yeah,
but, it's pretty cool.
He hasn't aged one bit. I said, "What's your secret?"
And yeah, look at the work he's done. Look at all his pupils.
It's great.
It's like you're all the young Johnny Lawrences of the Cobra Kai.
I like that. Oh, man. What a show we got. We're gonna the first hour is all Oilers. All Oilers. We're going to get to Ekholm, talk a little bit of Blue Jays. They blew it. I'm feeling nervous. I'm not going to lie. We'll get to that, though. Kyle Connor gets the big deal. Gets Connor McDavid money. The Connors, we'll discuss all that. Hernan's World is going to be Oiler related at 1:40. At 2:05, Danny Austin from Post Media in Calgary is going to give us the goods on the opponent tonight on the Flames.
Okay.
Why isn't Zane Parekh playing? What to expect from this team? Is Dustin Wolf the key player for this team? You think so, right, Joaquin?
I think I worry for the Calgary Flames a little bit, but we'll get to that.
Okay, perfecto. And at 2:20, Michael Traikos from the Hockey News. Great guest. Love talking to Michael. We're going to go round the NHL with him and then get you set. And then in the last segment, we got something cool coming up. Gage is going to show us some stuff, and it's pretty cool. Yeah.
You're going to want to hang around for that.
Yes, it's going to be great. But how's everybody feeling out there? Like I said, EST Afternoons is happy to be here on game day. Can't wait. The GCL Oil Stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson, Matt Cassian gets going at 7 o'clock. Let's go. And then tonight, Benny's in for a surprise. I tell you that, because the postgame show is a different animal.
Well, he was in here early too.
Yeah,
he was here at 10. He's gonna have a long shift because the game doesn't start until 8. Well, like 8:20 or something like that. So he's gonna be around here for a while.
He's young though. He's. There's no issues with Benny.
No, he'll be fine. He'll be great.
With me, it's a little different. I'm old and cranky.
Yeah.
I fall asleep if I sit for too long. Hey, hit us up. Reminder, Edmonton Sports Talk, of course, presented by Play Alberta. You want to sprinkle some money? Dusty's got a bunch of bets up there under Edmonton Sports Talk. Jay's Play of the Day still to come as well. All you got to do is put $50 deposit, and you'll get a $50 free bet. Or if you want to use that for a $50 casino bonus, use these promo codes: EST50, EST Casino, EST Sports. Joaquin, you want to do some lines?
You know me, buddy. I'm always down.
Well, nothing's changed in terms of the lines we've been giving you all week, but it's official. It is official. Connor McDavid with Leon Draisaitl and Trent Frederick. Great opportunity for number 10. Second line, RNH between Matt Savoy and Andre Mangiapane. Third line, Philp with Kapanen, Podkolzin. Henrique with Tomaszek and Howard, who will have his parents, his brothers, his girlfriend's parents at the game. So an exciting day for Ike Howard. Defensively, Ekholm with Bush, Nurse with Regula, Kulak with Emerson. Stuart Skinner gets the start. Let's go to the Calgary side, Joaquin, and let's just take a look at what they're going to present the Oilers tonight. First line, Klapka with Kadri and Farabee. Gryden with Frost and Coronado. Your third line is Backlund with Coleman and Connor Zary. And then Serengovich, Kirkland, Lomberg, your fourth line. Defensively, Hanley with Uyghur, Ball with Anderson, Bean with Pakal, and Wolf is your starter. Joaquin, I like this matchup for the Oilers. I think with the news of the extensions for Connor and Wallman and Ekholm, I just feel this team is going to come out flying today. Do you have that same feeling?
Yeah, I think so. And not so much even... You get some extra juice from the first game of the season, obviously. We were just talking about the Florida Panthers. They looked like they hadn't missed a step in that first period, right? It was just crazy. But there's a lot of other factors here. This is a new team too, right? And Connor and Leon and some of the vets have all stated, like, it got stagnant at a certain point. And that I don't know if that's the right word to describe it, but I assumed it meant you had a lot of guys that have been through this before, right? Yeah. And sometimes just having young guys, not unlike ourselves, we've just been talking about young Benny getting the pre and post. It's nice to see that youthful exuberance in people. Like this is huge, a huge night for a few Edmonton Oilers with opening night, against. And to be baptized into the Battle of Alberta it's a once in a lifetime opportunity and chance to, you only get one chance to make a first impression, right? And it's a great opportunity for some of these young guys, and I think some of the veterans can feed off that, and it can translate into a special type of game this evening.
Yeah, it's going to be a special night for a lot of guys. Like you said, Savoy, who's already played in the NHL, but he's starting with the team. Ike Howard, his first NHL game. Regula playing for his first NHL game in a while. Tomashek, exactly. So it's going to be, and like you said, sometimes you need that new blood, right? Just to create that excitement.
Just change things up. When things are stagnant, what do? You don't keep doing it. You change things up. Get some more life into you.
And I'm feeling good because you got your lucky sweater on. I got my lucky cardi on.
I just found this at the bottom of the closet. There's no luck in this, man. No. You look good. You look good.
Thank you.
It looks like you should have a pipe.
Yeah, I should. I'd love a pipe.
I know you would.
Christmas is coming up, guys. What was I going to get to? I even shaved,
Did you?
You got to look
tightened it up.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
I'm looking at the Calgary lineup. We're going to get to the Zane Parekh stuff because it's interesting. Danny Austin's going to have more info because he's in that weird spot, Joaquin, because of his age. He can't go to the A.
Yeah.
And he's too good for junior. Right? And I agree in the sense, I just want to ask you this as a guy that played in the league. I think it's almost the right call not to play him tonight because you're going into your biggest rival. The barn's going to be going crazy. You have Connor and Draisaitl, two of the best players on the planet. I think you slow play this one, and I don't mind him being out tonight. Do you agree with that?
You make some good points. I lean to a little bit more baptism by fire.
Throw him in.
Throw him in. And,
okay.
I mean, this is a unique situation for him to have his initial experience in the NHL, going up again and seeing Connor McDavid. Maybe, and everyone's expecting him to be shot out of a cannon. I wouldn't expect anything less. But how else do you get a read on a guy? And I understand slow playing to an extent.
Okay.
But I just think, why not? Why not? First game of the year, if you want to win every game, obviously. And especially in this type of situation with your provincial rival. But, man, in the grand scheme of things, dropping a game now is not the worst case scenario.
So there's a good argument for both sides, I think, right? But I think Huska wants to go a little bit more veteran against the Edmonton Oilers team, which is interesting because the Oilers are dressing, 4 rookies?
Yeah.
Which is interesting as well. When I look at this Calgary lineup, Joaquin, I look at that third, they're listed as the third line, Backlund, Coleman, Zary. I think that's their best line. I'm surprised Serengovich is going to be on the fourth. Klapka, I'm surprised he's on the first. Just a lot of... Huska's really putting these lines into the blender to start the game.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Serengovich. I mean, who knows? The blender could come out right away, right?
Yes.
So, even when reading them out, These aren't the actual. When you look at the Calgary Flames roster, we're reading them top to bottom, left to right.
Yeah.
Who knows if this is the number? Because when I look at it, I'm kind of going, you know what? What looks like the third line with the Backlund, Coleman, Zari line. That was out of all these lines. That's the one that I would look to match up against and make sure I get my preferable matchup against those guys. Which Backlund is probably going to try to see McDavid as much as possible. He's done an adequate job of playing against McDavid over the past few years. But as for the rest, this is what I'll get to with the reason why I have a little bit of concern about Dustin Wolf is the fact that he covered up a lot of mistakes for this team last year. He was excellent, absolutely excellent last year. And he's going to have to do that a lot. And now you're the man. You've got. Well, he does. His deal doesn't kick until next year, but he's their number one goal. He's a starting goalie in the NHL, and the magnifying glass gets a little bit bigger. And sometimes the sun can come out and burn you a little bit under that magnifying glass. And
the sophomore slump's a real thing. A lot of players go through it. And you know what the biggest thing for me is when it comes to the Flames goaltending? They don't have a proven backup. That's going to be tough.
It was a nice little safety valve for him, right? Like, okay, well, I'm not really supposed to be the guy. We're in a battle here to get the net, and he took it over.
Sure,
can't say he didn't. But there was always this. Well, it's still like a 1A 1B scenario. Not anymore, man. You're the number one guy. So
until the other guy can prove that he can be counted on to get more starts, right? Okay, Uyghurs with Hanley and then Walls with Anderson. Who gets the matchup against Connor and Leon's line?
I think you see Anderson against him more.
Okay.
But I think you can put the Uyghur Hanley. You're not too upset if there's an icing and you get a defensive zone draw and you have a Uyghur and Hanley out there or an Anderson, right? So I just don't think you want the Braden Pashal and Jake Bean out there.
No, and the Oilers are going to look to maybe expose that. Bad news for the Flames, of course. Pospisil and Huberdeau on the IR. That's a tough break because Huberdeau's a top 6 guy. He'd be there. I really enjoyed watching him last year. How he's kind of changed his game. Took
right?
the next step.
Yeah. He's not that 115-point season. I think it was along the same lines as the Nuge 100-point season.
Yeah.
I think that Huberdeau kind of slots into that. I think he can get 70, 80 points. He's a great distributor, but he looks different in Calgary, obviously, playing with Barkov in Florida. But a very dangerous, really good player.
Big Uke says, I predicted the Oilers would score twice this season, 8 goals twice this season. The first one might be just tonight. I mean, Oiler fans are pumped for this one. Joaquin, we will get to more Oilers for Inside the Numbers in the second segment. I got a bunch of quick hitters for Gager to answer, and we can discuss. And, of course, we want you to chime in as well. But quickly, the Winnipeg Jets make it official. It's an 8-year deal for Kyle Connor, $96 million, $12 million AAV. I mean, we all knew this was coming. I didn't think it'd come today. I thought it was going to be, maybe mid-season or towards the end of the season. But this guy's a legit goal scorer. He's top 2 guy there in Winnipeg. I mean, it's a good deal.
When you heard this deal, do you think this is do you think Connor McDavid's deal had an influence on Kyle Connor signing this contract?
No, I don't, because I think Kyle Connor's getting, again, is he a $12 million guy now? He's close to it. This is a guy that if he waits, he can probably get 13, 14, 1 or 2 million more. I think this is the going rate for guys of Kyle Connor's skill level.
He's an elite goal scorer.
That's what I mean. So I think on the flip side of that, Joaquin, I think it makes Connor re-upping for 2 more years without a raise even that more impressive, that more legendary.
So like we were saying, the Kirill Kaprizov deal, although what it is, there was other factors that went into that signing. Keeping someone in the state of Minnesota, right? Their star player. That there was a few million went towards smoothing that over. Yeah. I think it's not only the what you see on the stats page and to an extent on the ice. It's and I mean the same thing with Connor. This is, you have a place where you saw players leave, or not the most desirable places in it.
Yeah.
And for an American-born player to say, you know what, I'm going max. That's the people of Winnipeg must be just ecstatic. They're all wearing KFC hats today, right? Because they kept their guy who's a huge part of their team. It makes, and I don't know, it's funny because I thought when I played in Sweden and I see a lot of Swedish people, they always ask, "Oh, do you like our country? Do you like living here? How do you think?" And I say, "It's Sweden's fantastic." And I kind of have that a good feeling of seeing an American guy stay and an impact American guy in a city where, you know, people obviously sometimes they say it's not the most desirable place to play in the NHL. This is great for the city of Winnipeg.
And that's 2 Americans. Hellebuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
So I'll ask you this. I'm looking at his stats. He's hit 97 points. He's hit 93. He's a 2-time 40-goal scorer. He's probably going to continue that. Is Kaprizov that much better than Kyle Connor?
That's what I mean. I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't.
Bill Guerin's probably like, what did I do?
Well, but
he had to.
He had to. I think he had to keep their star guy, right? Their marquee, the guy that's on the marquee every game that people come in to watch. And I think there was pressure from not only keeping their top dog, but just to have that look, one of the top players in the NHL wants to stay in Minnesota.
Yeah. Darren G on the Nats chat. I don't know what's going on here. I didn't say the Oilers were going to score 8. I said one of our Nazis, Big Uke, said he predicted the Oilers will score 8 goals twice this season, and tonight might be the night. Yeah, so interesting for Kyle Connor. Good for him. Like you said, Gage, good for the city of Winnipeg. They get their elite goal scorer locked up for 8 years. I mean, here in Edmonton, we would have preferred 8, but we'll take 2 at a discount for Mr. Connor McDavid. Okay, like I said, next 2 segments, all Oilers. Quickly, we got to get to the Blue Jays. I'm not going to lie, Joaquin, I'm a little concerned now. They blew it yesterday, man. There's no other way to put it.
Yep.
They blew it. They had a 6-1 lead. I know Shane Bieber, before he got pulled, was struggling that inning, but I think the pull was too quick. The bullpen struggled for the second game in a row. Barger's error cost his team deeply. The Santander missed when he face planted.
I mean, the roles were completely reversed from the first 2, right? The poor fielding, the shoddy defense was completely on the other foot.
Yeah.
And the judge, the Blue Jays fought the law, and the law won yesterday. That was Aaron Judge is scary, and because they were breaking down that home run that he hit, and the stats in baseball are crazy. So that pitch location at that speed, no one has been able to hit a home run, pulling it like that, and he just destroyed that ball.
So, Joaquin, like today's a bullpen game. That's why I think this is going back to Toronto tied at 2. Louis Varland
game or a something game.
Louis Varland gets the start, who gave up the 2 homers yesterday. Extremely concerned. If the Blue Jays can win this game, of course they can. Any team can win at any given moment.
Oh yeah, it's not over, but it's just.
But they're gonna have to score a lot. That's just. Gus says that was not Barger's error. Yes, he dropped the ball, but Schneider should have 100% called him off. That's Schneider's ball all day. Sure, Gus, I totally understand that.
But he was waving him off.
He was waving them off, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure Schneider's like, I got it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you saw him push him back. So I'd love to talk to those 2 guys. And
you could see afterwards, he was patting me, and he's like, I know.
Yeah,
I made a mistake there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So sometimes the emotion of the whole situation gets the better of you, right?
It just looks so great, especially with that slide to home by Vladdy. You're like, hey, these guys are rolling.
Yeah.
They're gonna move on.
Yeah. That's what's great about baseball, man.
Yeah.
When it's on the other foot, because you can't tell me that Yankee fans weren't, all clenched up those last few innings too.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that game like it's over, while Yankees fans, oh my gosh, can they pull this one off? So, gosh, what a roller coaster of emotions those games. It's great.
Gus says, doesn't matter. As an outfielder, you take control. Well, I don't think it's that simple. You're getting called off because you trust your teammate's going to make the grab. Yeah. I mean, it's not like he missed it by a lot. It kind of went.
His glove too. Right.
Yeah. Darren G says it's all good, Hernan. Yeah, Darren G, calm down, man. I didn't say they were going to score 8 tonight. But what if they did? Darren G, are you confident in the Oilers tonight? Let me know on the good old nasty chat, buddy. Okay. He was a little upset that we brought up Eagles. But Gager, I'm intrigued by the game tonight. I hope they get it done, but I got a feeling we're going to have a game 5. And it's great.
Yep.
I mean, because you know what's great about that? Because then you have Gosman and you have Savage that you can use in a must-win game. Like, there's no reason to save anyone at that point.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I do.
I did want to get, we got to get to a break here quickly. I like this text. This one from KT says, Connor's a better pure goal scorer than Kaprizov. I'd say Kaprizov is a more complete offensive player. That's fair.
Oh, yeah. I would agree with that.
But in fairness, Kyle Connor had 56 assists last year. like he's really coming to.
He's slippery and nasty, and he comes off that right side with that twisted wrister. And I mean, you could say this exact same thing of Kaprizov, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. The afternoon inbox presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their Tap 25 restaurant where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. On the other side of the break, I got some quick hitters for Inside the Numbers for our guy, Joaquin Gage, and we want you to chime in. Nasty Chat and, of course, River Cree inbox 780-218-9999. We need 100 thumbs. It's Oilers game day for the first one of 82. We're all over it here on Edmonton Sports Talk. And 82 and plus. How many more? Ooh, we won't know until April.
16. That's it.
16 straight, Joaquin.
I had a coach at the beginning of the year. He would say, boys, I just want to make the playoffs and win our last game of the year. Okay, let's just do that.
Yeah, we're back after the break. Here's Coop, Sports Update.
Mattias Ekholm has inked a 3-year extension with the Oilers worth $4 million per season. The 35-year-old is entering the final year of his current deal and is now locked up through the 2028-29 season, having a full no-movement clause on the contract. Tonight, the Oilers open their season at home against the Flames. Puck drop at 8 o'clock. Tune into the Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson tee up the game just an hour before puck drop right here on EST. And 3 other games dot the slate. Montreal and Toronto hit the ice at 5 o'clock. After that, the Bruins and Capitals face off before the Kings battle the Golden Knights. And it's a full slate of baseball games. The Jays look to close out the Yankees after Toronto collapsed in Game 3. Toronto leading the series 2-1. Louis Varland to the mound. First pitch just after 5. Right now, it's the Mariners and Tigers underway. Bottom of the first, it's runless. 2 outs for Detroit. Colt Keith at bat. Bryce Miller on the mound for Seattle. After that, the Brewers and Cubs hit the field. Milwaukee up 2-0 in that one. Later on, the Phillies hope to stay alive against the Dodgers, down 2-0 entering Game 3. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors and flooring to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc. They're the experts you need to know. The Oilers conversation continues after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Hockey Insider today, Craig Button.
You just see the maturity of somebody that's comfortable in their own skin, understands why he's doing it, understand what he's doing. And to me, as the best player on the planet, and obviously for the NHL, a great spokesperson, I mean, Connor McDavid now is the guy. He is now certainly on and off the ice, the unicorn of all unicorns.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
The Blue Jays are playoff ready. Are you? Store your treasures with Sentinel Storage and create space for watch parties and cheering with friends. Sentinel Storage, official storage provider of the Toronto Blue Jays. Try 4 weeks free at sentinelstorage.ca.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
The Alberta Snowmobile and Power Sports Show is back October 17th and 18th at the Edmonton Expo Center. See the 2026 lineup of sleds, ATVs, decks, GMC trucks, gear, and accessories. Meet 13-time X Games pro athlete Levi Lavalle. Presented by GMC. AlbertaSnowmobileShow.com.
Day, Oilers, Flames, let's go. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, producer Zach Kubish in the house, Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne coming up from 3 to 6, and then it's the GCLO stream pregame show with Tom Gazzola, 7 o'clock, and he'll get you ready for the game. Let's go. Everybody jump on the pregame show, give some props to the new guy, Benny Thompson. He's going to be rocking it. It's going to be great. He's a great kid. He's got great insight. Really looking forward to his contributions to the pre- and post-game shows this season. Joaquin, the big news today, Oilers have signed their veteran defenseman Mattias Ekholm to a 3-year contract extension, an AAV of $4 million. Year one, it's a $2 million signing bonus with a $2 million base salary, and then the following 2 seasons, $4 million. I can't see any downside to this, Joaquin, can you?
Again, I think it's the ripple effect of Connor's deal too.
Okay.
It's great. It's really good. His best days are behind him.
Sure.
Obviously. But I think there's still some good hockey in there. And this is the only, I mean, no one wants the Olympics more than I to happen.
Yeah.
But part of me wants Mattias to kind of step away from international play. You know how footballers say, you know what, I'm going to keep playing, but I'm stepping away from international play.
Yeah. Don't call me up
I wouldn't mind if Mattias said that this year.
Well, he wants to play.
I get it.
Yeah.
I completely, like in Sweden and in a lot of hockey nations in Europe, the Olympics are a bigger deal than the Stanley Cup,
Yeah,
right?
100%. Because even if next year he's a second pairing defenseman at $4 million with his knowledge, like you said, Joaquin, he might not impact the game like he did 2 years ago, but the smarts and just the heart he plays with, even as a second pairing, or even in his last year, he's a third pairing guy at $4 million. It's going to be a steal.
If he falls down the depth chart on the back end for the Edmonton Oilers, is only a good thing.
Yeah,
really, because
100%.
You're replacing someone who can, at that point, is better than Mattias or better partnerships with other players. But you just can't. It's a perfect situation if he can. Yeah, he's probably still PKing at that point, right, and things like that. So, yeah, the cupboards look. I wouldn't say they're full, but there's definitely a good few cans of soup in there for the back end of the Edmonton Oilers.
You got Lepinen, who's 26.
Yeah.
You got Bo Akey, who could take a next step. Cam Dineen. I mean, we saw him in a bit of action last year towards the end. It's not the best, but it's not the worst, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't think there's any. And I'm Hernan, the cheapskate when it comes to deals. let's be honest here. Like this, I can't see any downside to this deal. He wants to be here. He's the damn Viking. Full no movement for 3 years. Obviously, you know he was going to get that. Just an update on the Jake Wallman. First 4 years, full no movement. Last 4 years, he has a 15-team no trade. Okay. So it's modified. So it's not too bad, right?
No, that's how it should be.
That's how it should be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and again, we went through it. I remember back in the summer, I went through all the teams who had no movements, and the Oilers were kind of like the middle of the pack. So it's just the way the NHL is now. Oh, great. Let's get to inside the numbers, if you don't mind, Joaquin.
Sure.
For Play Alberta, all you got to do is deposit $50 to get a $50 free bet or $50 casino bonus. Here are your promo codes: EST50, EST Sports, and then for the casino bonus, just EST Casino. Okay, I'm going to give you some quick hitters, and I want to get your thoughts. Up front, who will score for the Oilers outside of McDavid, Hyman, and Draisaitl? Who will be the guy that they'll count on number 4?
I'll say who's aside from Leon and Connor
and Hyman.
Hyman. Well, I wouldn't even put Hyman in that conversation.
Okay.
Let's go top 3 goal scorers. Obviously, the big 2.
Mm-hmm.
The next person, I think, that finishes with the most or closer to them in goals. Gosh, that's a good one. That is a good one. You know what? Call me crazy, but it's been ups and downs. I think the Nuge. I think the Nuge has a big goal scorer.
Okay.
Season. Just being at center now, if that's consistent,
plus
right
the
now
power play.
looking at power play,
yeah,
I think it allows that. We all know that low blocker stick side shot that he has. I'm going to go with the Nuge because I think Hyman's he'll eventually get back, but like I mentioned before, not being able to really put in the work with shooting all year, he's still not ready with that wrist. It's not going to feel right. For the first little bit. I think it's going to be very difficult for Hyman to find his scoring touch for at least a month. He's going to need 10 to 15 games to get it back.
I'm going to go with Mangiapane. I think this guy, we talked about it a lot last year. He was the 4th liner on Washington. He still scored 14 goals.
I know. Yeah.
He's very far removed from that 35 goal season. I think we have to be conscious of that. I think we have to bring that up. It's been a while since he scored plus 30, but I think he's going to be in that 20 to 25 range, and I think he is going to help out the Oilers outside of the big dogs, and he's going to contribute a lot more than we think he will. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's a lot of optimism.
Okay.
But like you said, there's still something there for him to pot 14 last year. Look, he's going to need to be around that number anyway, I think, right? Because you're losing that 20 goals that Perry scored last year.
Yeah. And because if you look at the lines 2 to 4 for the Edmonton Oilers, and let's be honest, you look at it and you're like, where are the goals going to come from? And I think that's a fair question because there's still a lot of unknowns, especially the 4 rookies. Is Podkolzin going to take a step? Can Mangiapane return to being a 20-goal guy? There's so many questions, so I think it's fair. Okay, second one. Is the penalty kill the biggest area for you that needs to improve this year?
Yes.
Okay. Outside of all the other areas.
Yeah, the power play is the power play. It'll run at that 25 to 27%. I'm sure by game 82 we'll look back on it, but it's the penalty kill.
Yeah.
The dominance of that 2 years ago. It added so much more. I think it gave more of a boost than the power play actually did. And the power play was good that year.
Yeah.
But it was just the killing each penalty. You could see the bench afterwards, right? It deflates the other team and gives you a little bit more juice killing a penalty. So that has to be better. We'll see tonight. I'm kind of interested to watch it and see if they've made any adjustments because it really looked subpar through the preseason.
Yeah, I agree. And listen, the Oilers are still a top 3 team in their division. They still went to the finals with a really bad PK that never got on track.
And that shows you how good that team actually is because usually if your PK sucks, you're not getting out of you're barely making the playoffs, and you're definitely not getting out of round 1.
Corbin says goaltending. They need a playoff veteran to help out. I think those are the top 2 between the pipes but
I want to see it. Like you don't see what you have first. Like I said, I really think Stuart Skinner's going to have a great year. I don't think it's almost impossible not to talk about goaltending in Edmonton. But I think there'll be a lot fewer nights this year where Benny's ripping on Stuart Skinner than not.
Okay, so it sounds like I just want to go off the PK. It sounds like McDavid and Draisaitl will be a pair on the PK. I'll be honest. I hate when your star players are on the PK. Do you like that move?
No.
Okay.
It's awful. There's enough guys on this team, good players, that just to spread it around a little bit, right? Because what happens in a game where the refs can't seem to put away their whistles, you'll have like 6 to 8 guys just sitting watching. They might as well just go get some popcorn and take their skates off, right? You need more people involved, and that's again having a PK without. When was the PK at its best? It did not involve Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl.
Because all it takes is one shot from the point. Like,
you can have that. You can have that in at any time. That's
sure.
Not, but I don't think you're going to see Connor McDavid lying down and trying to block shots.
A la Sean Horkoff.
Yeah, no, that's, or even Leon. That's not really going to happen. Okay, so get some guys out there and build an area of your team that's really counted upon, that allows people to feel part of it instead of just defaulting to Connor and Leon. Because really, when you look at it, they weren't good penalty killers to begin with. So
I think once Janmark's back, that's another spot because he's a really good PK guy. So I think
maybe that's why.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. I'm intrigued if Podkolzin's on the PK because he did do it a bit last year and he was pretty good at it.
I liked him.
Yeah.
You need speed and smarts, right?
Yeah.
I like Nuge out there at times. Henrique should be, just because his prowess in the faceoff.
He will be there, yeah.
Kapanen, I like his speed.
Savoy's going to be on the PK.
And Philp's interesting to me too.
That's another good one, yeah.
Like he seems to know where to be in the defensive zone, right? So, and I'm sure this will be an ongoing project, but.
And maybe the two big guys are going to go out there at the end of a PK to catch the other team.
Well, that's yeah. I think you saw that when they on the other side of a power play or a penalty kill, usually, and that was because I think Nabla said that it was because he wanted to get them re-engaged because they sat for 2 minutes. But that's so counterproductive to me because if you're putting them out on the PK, then you're having a greater number of guys watching and not getting involved.
Big Uke says Daily Faceoff has Nuge, Pods, and Rico and Philp as units 1 and 2. Yeah, there's some reporters in Edmonton sending out the PK duos as well, and they have it different. So, I guess we'll have to wait and see till the game time.
Yeah,
it is the PK.
It could be different, but this is just they've tried it, right?
And you usually run 3 duos, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Is it always? Not always, but yeah, usually.
Okay, moving on here. Will the power play return to be a top 5 power play this season? They were 13th last year at 23.7 for the regular season.
You got to figure it will, right? But it's, what did they finish the season at? Do you have the number?
13th.
No, but their percentage, their
23.7.
23. So yeah, it's got to be.
That's still
better.
Pretty good.
It's still pretty good, but you want the total number to equal now like 110%, right? So you need that thing running, I would say over 25%.
Okay.
You want it over that. So at least, you're getting 4 power plays a game, which is a lot. You're scoring 1 goal for sure.
But to put it into context, we got to remember that last year a lot of the big guys were out towards the end of the season. That affected their power play.
Yeah. And it's in spurts. It was operating at like 33% too.
Yeah.
So, you know what? It would be better to look at the power play in segments and see if it coincides with their records. The same with the PK. You can't look at the PK and end of February because it could be really good at that point over a 10-game period. So if you're really gonna crunch some numbers and you're a psychopath like we are, break it down into 10-game segments and look at it there. Then that'll give you a real judge, and then look at the win-loss record and see if it correlates.
Okay, and then just adding to the power play, last one for you here for Inside the Numbers. Will Savoy or another player get a look on PP1 this year? Well, outside of injury.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think. Because guys are going to go cold at some point.
You think Nuge is the...
No, I think... that's tough.
He's the only one.
Well, there'd be a net front presence, but I don't know if you want Savoy to... Is he going to battle down there? I mean, they already had Tomaszek playing there a bit, and he's like, I've never been here in my life.
Like, let's say Ike Howard is on a 2-game scoring streak, and he's playing really well. Does Knobloch say, hey, for one power play this game, I'm going to start Ike Howard instead of Nuge?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'm trying to think. That year, that last year with did Holloway ever get a chance there?
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did he?
Maybe at the tail end. I can't really remember, but I don't remember ever being on the...
But that was the year it was ridiculous, so I don't think they ever changed a thing, right? But I just... Last year we saw a change that was shocking to begin with.
Yeah.
And this is another thing with Chris Knobloch, that he just pushes the right buttons. And when we saw Perry out there, we're going, really? Perry's... And then what happens? He just starts potting them.
I hope we do, because you got to start seeing the evolution of the power play too, like bringing in new blood, and that's why you want to bring these guys in. I think Tomaszek is getting an unreal opportunity here, Joaquin, to make himself very valuable, even if the 5-on-5 game struggles a bit to start. But if he can score on the power play and just be that mucker in front of the net, man, there's no way you're taking him out.
Would you like to see, if it's stagnant, that maybe just to light the fire a little bit, do you think Knobloch should implement a PP2 a little bit more than we've seen?
We've talked about this so much, Joaquin, but it's just when you have Leon and Connor, it's so hard.
But I'm saying they can't get it going. They're not getting in the zone.
They're 0 for 3 and nothing's going.
No, I'm saying this would probably have to happen over a course of a few games. So like by game 3, they haven't scored a power play goal. They haven't had really good, consistent zone time. Do you throw out just to, like, there's internal competition too at times,
and send a message.
Oh yeah. And how many times do we see that second unit go out there and score?
It's a good point. Last year they did like twice.
I know.
Yeah.
So I like that.
He should have a second power play ready. But it's going to be interesting. We'll see tonight. It's always tough in the first game to really get a good gauge on the special teams.
We're going to get a good gauge.
Oh, how about Stewie Skins? All right, that was Inside the Numbers for Play Alberta. Just some Oiler questions. Of course, we want to hear from you. Nasty Chat, River Korean Box, 780-218-9999. I'm going to chuck the thumbs up. We better be close to 100 people. We better. Portion of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. Make your birthday legendary at the Brew House. Epic food, killer drinks, and a vibe you can beat. Plus, get free nachos with their app. Book your party now. The Canadian Brew House. Our house is your house. Hey, and we forgot to mention it, but yesterday was Jay Milne's birthday.
I know.
Yeah. Hope he had a good one. We all gave him a hug here.
Yeah.
And
26. Amazing.
Yeah, very, very. He looks very good for 26.
Not really.
Yeah.
Kidding. He looks great.
On the other side of the break, more Oilers. NHL talk for Hernan's World, of course, presented by the Garrison Memorial Golf and Curly Club. That's all coming up next here on EST Afternoons on Oilers Game Day. 1 of 82 here in the regular season. We're back after the break. Here's Coop.
The Oilers have signed 35-year-old Mattias Ekholm to a 3-year contract extension worth an AAV of $4 million. Ekholm is entering the final year of his current deal with the Swede, picking up 33 points in 65 regular season games last year. Tonight, it's a Battle of Alberta matchup from downtown E-Town. Flames and Oilers begin their season Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson go live for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 7 to preview the action. Tune in only on EST. Other action, it's the Leafs and Canadiens going toe-to-toe for Montreal at 5 o'clock. Boston and Washington then hit the ice at 5:30 before LA and Vegas drop the puck in Sin City at 8. MLB action, the Jays and Yankees play Game 4 of their series. Jays giving away a 6-1 lead yesterday to lose 9-6 in Game 3. Louis Varland gets a call tonight, first pitch at 5:08. 3 other games are on tap right now. It's the Mariners leading the Tigers 1-0 in Game 4. They're up 2-1 in that series entering the third inning. Later on, Game 3 between the Dodgers and Phillies go LA up 2-0 in the series while the Cubs and Brewers clash, having Chicago down 2-0 on the brink of elimination. This sports update is brought to you by the Edmonton Elks. The Elks are back in action this Saturday against the Bombers. Tickets start at just $20, and it's the third annual Elks Tailgate Chili Cook-Off going down before the action. Get your tickets now at goelks.com. We have Hernan's World talking all things Oilers and NHL on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Talk about.
There's lots to talk about, Matthew.
There's not a lot to talk about.
Yeah, you just don't want to talk about it because you know the Yankees are in trouble.
If the Yankees lose, Aaron Boone hopefully gets fired. There's a silver lining to all of this for me. No, he didn't. He absolutely did not.
Judge just saved Boone's job.
He did not.
Yep.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
The temperature may be dropping, but the action's heating up. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using EST50. That's code EST50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
Lobsterfest is back at the Canadian Brewhouse, Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. A pound and a half of fresh Atlantic lobster with all the fixins for just $49.99. Pair it with a stein of Alexander Keith. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
Hi, Dennis from Weiss Johnson here, and we're excited to be partnering up with the Nielsen Show and have a special deal exclusive for Nielsen Show listeners. Get 10% off any new Trane furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump installation from now until the end of October. Bundle a furnace with an AC or heat pump and get 25% off the package price. Get your home comfort now for all seasons with Weiss Johnson and Trane. Trane, it's hard to stop a train. Visit wjsportstalk.com today.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
We're back here on EST Afternoons. What are you wearing today for bring some luck to? I'm working my lucky cardi. He's got his lucky sweater. Coop's got his lucky hat. We're all doing our part for a big Oilers win. Because the last two opening games have been a train wreck.
Yeah, they have. What was it? What was it last year?
6-0.
6-0.
Winnipeg.
Was it 8-2?
8-1 the year before
in Vancouver. That got Brock Besser off to a great start.
Oh man, he scored a hat trick, didn't he?
I thought he had 4.
Or 4, yeah.
I think he had 4.
He had a really good year.
Yeah, he had a great year. Lit the fire.
Oh boy. 66 thumbs. We're 34 away from 100. We have to do it for the Oilers. So if you're watching us, please slam that thumbs up. Let's get to Hernan's World, presented by the Garrison Memorial Golf and Curling Club, accepting registrations now for Thursday night Men's Curling League. Plus, book your Bonspiel for the upcoming season and get free. Sorry, just cut off there. Ice rental with the purchase of buffet dinner. Visit EGMGolf.com for more details. All right, boys, let's have some fun. I want to get to this quickly, though. Is Eberle's goal against Calgary still the best opening game memory in recent memory? Because I can't remember the 80s or the 90s, but
I'm gonna go with that was the first game.
Yeah,
that was against Kiprusoff too, wasn't it?
And shorthanded.
Yeah, that was.
You know who springed him loose? Jimmy Vandermeer.
Really?
Yeah, that's a good trivia.
That is good. Sweet move. And that, I would have to say that just because it was these were supposed to be the saviors, right, of the organization. And they were supposed to just take the Edmonton Oilers back to the top of the heap. And it was a heap, all right.
It did not happen.
But it wasn't the top.
Did they? And they won that game, I think.
Yeah. That was the winner.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was that's got to be one of the best. Because I was trying to think about two other openers, like the McDavid opener. He
didn't score till game 11, I think. A goal.
Against St. Louis, I think.
No, it was Dallas.
Dallas on a deflection?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember Taylor Hall in his rookie year took him a while to score too.
Did it?
Yeah. Interesting.
We'll wait until Ike Howard and Matt Savoy hit the ice.
Oh, that's a good question. Do you will?
We're gonna get to. Oh yeah. We're gonna go around the NHL. I'm gonna ask you guys these questions. Each of us have to give one team that missed the playoffs last year that will make it this season. Koob, you can start us off if you'd like.
Now, there's quite a few teams that I looked up and down the rosters and standings a little bit, and I don't know, man. There's a few teams that you could really circle, like the Senators making it to the playoffs. They kind of just squeaked in there. I don't feel like they added enough to kind of bring it back. So I almost think the Rangers could come back and, can't make their way into the postseason once again. Another one maybe is the Flames. They were just outside. They're 4 points back.
Just pick one, Coop.
I know there's too many to go through here. I'm going to go with the Rangers making it and the Senators.
No, just one team in general, not division, not conference. So you're going with the Rangers. What do you got, Gage?
Yeah, that's a good one. Who was out last year that's going to make it this year? You know what? Why not? You want to get nuts?
Let's get crazy.
Let's get nuts. The streak will end this year, and the Buffalo Sabres.
Wow!
We'll get a wild card spot. Enough's enough.
You think they're that good? Oh, wow, Gager. You shocked me with that one, bro. Mine's simple, man.
Well, I look like a genius if it happens.
Yeah. I've been harsh on the Canucks all offseason, but I'm hearing Demko's healthy. He's looking great. I think Vancouver makes the playoffs this year in a wild card spot.
He looked great against the Oilers the other night.
Is that fair?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm saying the Canucks.
He's the only reason they would.
Yeah. Canucks, Quinn Hughes is going to win the Hart and the Norris. Yeah, so it's going to be great. All right. Boys, Koob, you can kick us off with this one. Name one team that was a playoff team last year that will miss this year.
Senators.
Oh, look at this guy coming in hot right away. Okay.
Who? I am going. Yeah, Senators is a good pick.
Very good pick.
Very good pick. I know it's only one game and it probably won't, but they're old. They're slow. Los Angeles Kings.
Okay. I was gonna pick them, so I'll go differently. I know it's one game.
They have Corey Perry. Come on, guys.
He's hurt though. He's hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna pick LA.
I think there's another team. I shouldn't have said. Can I change my pick?
Sure.
I'm gonna go with the St. Louis Blues.
Okay, I'm going to, just like your Buffalo, maybe not as hot, but I'm going to say the Washington Capitals.
What?
Yeah.
Not a chance.
I think they were played way over their heads last year.
I think they caught a lot of teams off guard. If you look at their goal production, it was crazy at the beginning last year. They were scoring, and Ovi was going nuts, and then it kind of tailed off.
Scott says the Panthers will miss.
Did you see
you look at the standings, though. They finished with 90 8 points. Third in the Atlantic. Behind them was the Senators with 97, and then the Canadians squeaking in with 91.
That's a good point.
Right? So,
because they were only a point behind Ottawa or ahead, right?
yeah, they're a point ahead of Ottawa.
Yeah.
Two more
Ace.
regulation losses.
Ace says Dallas. Can you imagine?
No. I don't see them.
That's pretty far-fetched. Well, what
I
about
guess
the
you could
Devils?
say Montreal. Montreal, I think
that's another good one.
I think it'll be tougher than the expected.
St. Louis has a horrible start. They trade Binnington to the Oilers. No?
Well, they're the best team after the Four Nations face-off, no?
I think they were.
They're really good. That's what got him into the playoffs. All right, boys. Outside of the top dogs, I want an unsung hero for the Edmonton Oilers this year.
Who?
Unsung? Who's going to really... I'm going to go Darnell Nurse.
Here we go. I like that pick. He was on my radar, too.
Nursey.
I like that one.
Well, now no one's talking about the contract anymore.
Yeah, well, now the cap's going up and nobody cares now.
It's a value deal now.
Well, if the cap was supposed to go up like, a few years ago before it was stagnated,
it would have been fine.
Nobody would have been talking about it anyway.
Who? What do you got?
Noah Philp, baby.
Oh, I like that one.
The Edmonton boy himself. Well, he's good two-way.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing probably second PK as well, so I feel like he's going to see quite a few games, see a lot of action, and he's going to make his impact on the game.
And he earned this spot this year. He was excellent at the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
He's a former Golden Bear, don't you know?
Oh, really? I did not know that. Did you?
He is?
Yeah. I'm going to go with... I mean, this is kind of low-hanging fruit, but I'm going to go with Savoy. I think he's going to chip in goals that the big boys are going to... Like, they need someone behind them to produce. I already said Mangiapane, but I think Savoy is... Sounds like he might kill penalties. He might get some power play time. I just think he's going to be a really good Oiler after excellent AHL season. So,
all right.
I'm going to go with the little guy,
okay,
Matty Savoy. All right, gents, let's have some fun with this. Bragging rights on EST afternoons. Who scores the first goal of the season for the Edmonton Oilers?
It's easy. Leon Draisaitl.
Okay.
I think I made an off the board pick.
Do it.
The previous year, and I'm gonna go that same way. Ooh, Ty Emberson.
Oh, I like it.
A little floater from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Has he
Seeing
scored?
eye shot?
Has he scored
yet?
Yeah. He took
scored
like
late.
60 some games, didn't he?
Yeah. Didn't he score 2 right away too?
I think so. Yeah, late in the season. Okay, so you went Leon, went Ty Emberson, which I love. I was gonna go Connor just because of the ovation, the contract he took.
Imagine if he comes out and does something weird and goes in and rips one.
But I think that's too easy. I'm gonna go with the guy who's got about 10 family members in the stands today. I think Ike Howard's gonna get the first one. How great would that be?
That'll be electric.
With mom and dad, all his brothers, his girlfriend's parents. I think there's friends here too.
Really?
This kid's got moxie, man.
The Iceman.
The Iceman.
Now, how does that work for rookie skates then? Because Tomaszek.
That's a good point, Coop. Do all 4 guys go out at the same time? Well, Noah Philp.
I'd send them all.
No, but Noah Philp already did it because he did it last year. So it'd be Savoy did it already.
Yeah.
So it'd just be Ike and Tomaszek.
Yeah, let those two go play, go stretch.
With helmet or no helmet?
Oh, Ike's no bucket list for sure.
Yeah. He's too handsome for a bucket, right?
No, he's just got the moxie.
Yeah. Arthur says Kapanen. Scott says Mangiapane. A says Dry scores first. Crep 13 and Riley say Mojis 2.0 and Crep 13 say Bushbaum. Riley says McDavid. Scott says Trent Frederick. Big Uke says Tomasek on the power play. I like that one.
Power. Tail end.
Who scores the first goal for the Edmonton Oilers this season? It's for bragging rights. Let's go. You went Draisaitl, Ty Emberson for Coop. I went Ike Howard. Let us know. And we'll see, man. It's going to be... I always like saying the first goal of the game. It's always interesting. It's always interesting because Well, I shouldn't say it's always someone unexpected. I remember one year Gazik scored the first goal.
Yeah.
Dallas Aiken's first year.
Did he scored in his first game?
Yeah.
That was the first game of the year?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. Against Winnipeg, and they lost. I was at that game, having a few brewskis.
Were you?
Yeah. All right, we got to get to a break. We got Danny Austin coming up as he's going to give us the goods on the good old Calgary Flames. Like always, hit us up on the Nasty Chat. Slam that. I'm going to see what we're up for thumbs, Gage. Where do you think we're at?
63.
84. We're 16 away. Let's go for the Edmonton Oilers. The afternoon inbox presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. You want to check out some shows? Nazareth. It's the Canadian Farewell Tour. They got 2 shows this month, October 18th and 19th. All you got to do for tickets is go to rivercreeresort.com or hit up the River Cree box office. Calgary Flames preview next here on EST Afternoons.
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
It's former NHL defenseman Sean Bell.
At some point, I think we all have to go, does Connor want to play with Leon and Leon want to play with Connor? Because if that's the case, those two guys are going to go back together. They want to cause havoc on the league, and they want Frederick on the side of him so that they can protect a little bit and they can just run amok. Sorry, Tommy. Tommy's wrong.
Zach, can we clip that, please?
The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses. Because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
The Alberta Snowmobile and Power Sports Show is back October 17th and 18th at the Edmonton Expo Center. See the 2026 lineup of sleds, ATVs, decks, GMC trucks, gear, and accessories. Meet 13-time X Games pro athlete Levi LaValle. Presented by GMC. AlbertaSnowmobileShow.com.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Taco Tuesday just got wild at the Canadian Brewhouse. New tacos and quesadillas are just $3.49 all day. And after 4 p.m., sip $5.99 spicy mango margaritas and enjoy $2 off Corona tankers. Let's talk about a good time. The Canadian Brewhouse.
Five-year-old Mattias Ekholm has been locked up through the 2028-29 season after signing a 3-year extension with the Oilers worth $4 million per season. Ekholm is entering the final year of his current deal with a cap hit of just over $6 million. From Edmonton tonight, it's the Oilers and Flames clashing at 8 o'clock. Join Tom Gazzola and Ben Thompson for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, which goes live at 7 right here on EST. And around the league, the Kings and Golden Knights battle. Toronto visits Montreal with puck drop at 5 o'clock. With the Bruins and Capitals matching up as well. MLB action, Toronto and New York have Game 4 their ALDS. The Jays falling 9-6 last night with their second chance to close out the Yankees, up 2-1 in the series. First pitch goes just after 6. Louis Varland to the mound. And one game's live right now. It's the Tigers and Mariners underway. Top of the 4th. Seattle up 1-0 in the game, leading the series 2-1. There's no outs for Seattle right now, runner on first and second. After that, the Dodgers and Phillies meet. LA up 2-0 in the series before the Cubs and Brewers have a date. Chicago trailing 2-1. I'm Zachary Kubich. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 VST Afternoon starts right now.
2 here on EST Afternoons on game day. Edmonton Oilers, Calgary Flames, 8 o'clock puck. Well, it's a little bit later than 8 o'clock, bro. 8:20 because of the intros and all that fun stuff. Another banner.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about the late start.
Nah, I'm not doing posts, so I'm good. I kid. Hey, we're getting close to 100 thumbs up. Hit us up over Green Box. And, of course, hit us up on the nasty chat. Like always, coming to you live from the William Huff Studios here in the west side of the city. It is a fall day out there. It's a little bit cold, but it's an exciting day in Alberta as Flames and Oilers fans rejoice, as it's going to be a big game. We'll see what goes down there. The Oilers got some young guys in the lineup, as do the Flames. It's going to be an interesting matchup between the pipes. You got the young Wolf, who's an excellent goaltender, and Stuart Skinner, who's probably going to be the most watched, criticized Oiler this season.
Well, yeah, there is 2 centimeters of snow on Saturday, huh?
Oh, you're just bringing the good.
Hockey is upon us.
Yes,
right?
It is. Definitely is. We're just working on Danny Austin, who's going to join us shortly here from Post Media in Calgary. He'll give us the goods on the good old Flames here as we get going with the NHL season. Started yesterday. If you missed it, of course, the Florida Panthers defeat the Blackhawks 3-2. How about Sheeloff's shutout in Pittsburgh?
Looked good, man.
3-0.
Really good.
3-0 over the Rangers, and Colorado took it to the Kings 4-1. The new guys on defense, CC and Dumoulin, struggled for most of the night there. They play tonight in Vegas, which is going to be very interesting. They might go down 0-2. An excellent game I can't wait to watch before the Oilers game, Montreal-Toronto.
Yeah. Kind of interesting, how long did it take the Kings to lose a game at home last year?
Was that last year?
Yeah. Wasn't that like January? Or were the Oilers the first team to beat the Kings at home?
I don't think it was the Oilers. Was it?
Or they lost 2 in a row, or something. They were in there.
Yeah.
I forget, but it's one game, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But still, a team that had so much home success, and that's all we were talking about in the playoffs last year, was how successful they were in the playoffs. And I'm looking too far.
Corbin brings up a good. How about those shiny buckets last night? Oof, that was not a good
I always
look.
think of Battlestar Galactica when I see those. The Cylons.
They're so bad.
They should have little red dots going back and forth.
We do have some breaking news, Joaquin.
We do.
From Jaron Drager.
Okay.
He's hearing Vegas has extended Eichel.
Ooh. Wow.
12.5?
17.5.
Oh, boy. For all those people that were talking, this is really going to affect the superstar players, blah, blah, blah. Well, it didn't affect one today, and might not affect another one.
No.
What Connor did. So we'll see what happens. Going to be interesting. So I'm seeing Danny on our side. So Kubo, give me the thumbs up once he's ready to go. Excited to have Danny. It's been a while since we chatted with him. I do want to sneak in a CFL question. You think you'll let me?
Yeah, I think it'll be all right.
I gotta sneak in a CFL question. So we'll go from there. But like I said, the GCL Oil Stream pregame show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk gets going at 7. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson, Matt Cassian. I think he also has, he did an interview with an Oiler player. I think it's Kulak that's going to run there as well. And we'll see if he has an out-of-town guest. But keep it locked here on Edmonton Sports Talk. We'll get you ready throughout the day here, getting you ready for Oilers season opener. And we are ready. All right. Danny Austin, Post Media in Calgary. How you doing, Danny? It's been a while.
I'm good. Sorry about that, guys. I'm now on a different, significantly worse computer than I was on trying to log on. But something was going on with my camera. So, yeah, my apologies. I was here on time. I just couldn't get logged in.
No worries. We're always late anyway. Yeah. So, Danny, you've been covering this team now for a few years. Tough break. Huberto, Pospisil on the IR. We're looking at the lineup, seeing Zarangovic kind of on that fourth line. Interesting lineup decisions for Huskabo. How was their preseason, and what do you make of their lineup going into game 1 of the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was hard to really draw, like it always is hard to draw conclusions from preseason. I think the big stories were sort of like the emergence of the young guys. Zane Parek's not going to be in the lineup today, but like Matt Vigrid and Sam Honzek got called up, also won't be in the lineup tonight. But I do think like sort of Matt Vigrid is the guy people are most excited about right now. And that, like, straight up, like early September, no one was talking about Matt Vigrid making this lineup. So we'll see. Like, it's such a similar team to the one that it was last year. And last year's team didn't score a lot of goals, but played sort of a grinding, tight-checking brand of hockey. And I imagine that's going to be their way forward. That's going to be the only way they're going to win games. They're going to be competing for 8th. The roster looks pretty similar to what it did last year. So like it was a weird preseason. It just very much felt like there weren't many major storylines to emerge, and we were just waiting for tonight, really.
Danny, I want to get to the goaltending a little bit. Dustin Wolf, in my opinion, should have won the Calder last year for what he was able to accomplish. Key part of this team. Sometimes, though, you do find that a goaltender's good play covers up deficiency on the defensive side of the team. And you already mentioned how the Calgary Flames had to crawl and scratch their way in the playoffs. Is there any worry that now that there's, he's the guy and the suffering possibly a sophomore slump a little bit on Dustin Wolf's part? Or is he just, when you look at his resume, he just keeps improving every year he's been a pro?
Yeah, and I don't want to sound like a homer, so I can't completely dismiss.
Oh, you can. Don't worry about it, man.
I just don't like. I have goaltending concerns with the Calgary Flames, but it's the games that Dustin Wolf doesn't play, and I don't think I don't think the Flames want him playing 68, 70 games.
Yeah.
But this guy was the best goalie in the AHL for 2 years before he got here. He was the best goalie in the WHL. You have to worry about a sophomore slump. Like lots of goalies have them, but if there's one guy I would put my faith in, it's Dustin Wolf. I think the starting goaltending job is probably the least of the Calgary Flames' concerns. It's just what happens when he doesn't play, because I haven't seen much from Devin Cooley that really suggests to me that he's going to be able to win them the games that they need. So yeah, Dustin Wolf. I think. Look, prove me wrong. Like, I guess. The rest of the league, but I really do think, as you said, the resume speaks for itself, and he's just not a guy who I think you have to worry about it. There's a reason they signed him to a long-term deal.
Danny Austin from Post Media in Calgary joining us here on EST Afternoons. You brought up his name. I'm seeing Flames fans lose it on social media because he will not be in the lineup today. That's Zane Parek. He's a fascinating, great rookie. He's in that weird spot where he can't play in the A, and he's probably too good for junior. What's the plan for Zane Parek, Danny?
He's going to play in a lot of games, but like anyone who watched him in preseason, like I just don't know. This is one of those ones that, you don't want to call out fans and say that they're wrong, because that's never a good look as a media guy. But like, I actually watched him play every preseason game. They should be shielding him from a Connor McDavid, from a Leon Draisaitl. Like, Sam Dickinson isn't playing in San Jose. Easton Cowan's not playing in Toronto. A 19-year-old not playing in the season opener, especially like a Battle of Alberta against an Oilers team that, let's be frank, is a lot better than these Flames. Like, for me, there should not be a controversy, but as you said, there absolutely is. It a little bit feels like all the Flames fans calling for a rebuild and now freaking out because Zane Parek's on it. It's like, this is what a rebuild is. It takes time. You got to be patient. And, this is the same organization that did give Dustin Wolf more time in the AHL to make sure that he was fully ready and didn't lose his confidence. And that's what they're going to have to do with Zane Parek. So, I imagine he plays 60 games. Maybe it's 55. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, this is not insider information. It's possible that they send him to go. He didn't play at the World Juniors last year. He wasn't invited. It may be worthwhile for him to take on a starring role at the World Juniors. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, this is not supposed to be the Calgary Flames year. He is the future. The fact that he's cracked the roster is amazing. I suspect that if the AHL rules were a little different, he'd spend a lot of time with the Wranglers this year, and that would be a good thing. But like, development doesn't happen overnight. And the best thing for the Calgary Flames long term is for Zane Parek to have a year where he builds confidence, he adjusts to the pro game, and is maybe ready to be more of an impactful player in a year's time. He's an exciting prospect, but that doesn't mean he has to be ready at 19. Nobody wants to know what I was up to at 19 years old, but definitely wasn't playing in the NHL.
Danny, so if you look at what's best, do you see it as spot duty in the NHL right now, and then, like you've mentioned, maybe he leaves the team around Christmas time, plays in the World Junior Championships. Maybe then that's the decision to go back to junior. We always see the one team that's making the run and maybe of the blockbuster trade, and he goes and gains gets the ball rolling, and hopefully for Calgary Flames fans comes back at after game 82 and they find themselves in the playoffs, and maybe you see him then.
What I actually think will happen is he'll be in the NHL the whole season. I don't think he's going back to junior. There's nothing for him to prove.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, in my opinion, for him to be gained. He needs to be playing against NHL talent. You're also we got to acknowledge, Rasmus Andersson is going to get traded there. And if the Flames are smart, they're not trading him for another NHL-ready defenseman. They're looking for prospects and picks. So they might legitimately need Zane Prek, because if there's one thing he can do, it's play on the power play. He is. I've watched him. He's got that. He's got the skating. He's got the vision. He can play on the power play. It's just you can't have a guy on the roster who only plays on the power play. It's the defensive side of the game that is going to take time, as it does for so many young guys. So, probably spot duty. I mean, they've got a back-to-back to start. The Flames play in Vancouver tomorrow night. And they're back here on Saturday to play the Blues. He's going to get in. But realistically, I do think the Rasmus Andersson thing affects it. It's why they have 8 defensemen on the roster right now. And I also, I'm speaking as if I don't think he can play in the NHL. I do. I don't think he's going to be your number 1 or number 2 guy. But they'll build him up, and it'll be a process. But no, I suspect he'll be on the NHL roster all season.
Danny, just a few more for you. Last year, they missed out. They were close to that wild card spot. Is that where you kind of see this team this year, kind of pushing for that wild card spot?
Yeah, with the caveat that I think Anaheim's going to be better.
Yeah.
Caveat that I think Vancouver will probably be better. I think San Jose is going to be I don't think San Jose is going to be great. Let's not be crazy here. But the reality for the Flames is they picked up a lot of points against those teams. So if those teams are better and you're picking up less points, then it may be they may be further from that. You got to be optimistic at the beginning of the year. And the reality is, if Matt Coronado does take a step and become sort of more of a 35 or 40 goal player, the goals, that's where they could come from. Connor Zary could do the same. Maybe. I haven't seen anything to suggest it's going to happen, but Yegor Sharangovich, it would really be nice if he looked more like the player he was 2 years ago versus last year. There's a route, there's a path that you can see. I just think that the West is going to be more competitive. I don't see any of the playoff teams from last year really falling off, if I'm being totally honest. So I think it might be hard. I also think that no one in the organization is going to say it, and I don't think they might not even believe it. But this wouldn't be a bad year for the Flames to be kind of bad. You do need, and I really liked their drafts the last couple of years, but I think there's an argument that they don't have a number 1 center on the way up, and this might be the draft to go get one. So, I know that internally they want to make the playoffs. They want to push and take that step. If you're asking me for a prediction, I don't think it's happening.
All right, Danny. Great stuff. We'll be following your coverage of the Flames all season long. It gets going tonight. Enjoy the game, buddy. Thank you for taking the time this afternoon to join us.
No CFL question.
Oh, yeah. Okay, quickly. You're a big CFL guy. I got to ask you, Danny, what your thoughts on the rule changes?
I hate it. I hate all of it. I don't think there's a single person who I've ever talked to who doesn't watch the CFL who said that the reason is because the uprights are at the front of the end zone. The field is still going to look goofy, so the people who are turned away. I hate all of it. Look, in 3 years, I'm convinced that they're just going to go four downs, and that this is just ushered in. I have no evidence of that, but I hate it. I don't think it makes any sense. I don't think it fixes a single thing with the league.
All right, Danny, I love the honesty. That's why you're the best. And we miss you on the CFL beat, but you're doing great. A great job covering the Flames. Danny, enjoy the game. We'll chat soon.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
All right, we got to get to a break here. Coming up next, Michael Traikos from the Hockey News as we go around the NHL. It's $13.5 million for Jack Eichel, 8-year deal.
Wow.
So 1 million more than Mr. Connor McDavid, 1.5 more than Kyle Connor out there in Winnipeg. We'll get Michael's thoughts. That's all coming up next here on EST Afternoons. Here's Scoop.
Mattias Ekholm has inked a 3-year extension with the Oilers worth $4 million per season as the Oilers open their season against the Flames tonight. Puck drop at 8 o'clock. Tune into the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson tee up the action an hour before puck drop right here on EST. Around the league, TSN's Darren Dreger has reported that Jack Eichel and the Golden Knights have agreed to an 8-year deal worth $13.5 million per season. Golden Knights, they do play tonight against the Kings, with the Leafs and Canadians kicking things off at 5 o'clock. The other game sees Boston and Washington going toe-to-toe. And it's a full slate of baseball action. The Jays look to close out the Yankees after Toronto collapsed in Game 3. Toronto leading 2-1 in the series. Louis Varland to the mound. First pitch just after 5. Right now it's the Mariners up 2-0 over the Tigers. Bottom of the 4th. Seattle up 2-1 in the series as well. Michael Traikos is our next guest following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Lock Shop.
Jonathan Toews returned to the NHL, the Kyle Connor extension. And I mean, Mark Scheifele's going to be playing on the first time on the ice in a regular season game since his gutsy performance after the passing of his father last year in the playoffs. Despite Sandberg and Perfetti and Lowry being out to start the season, the vibes are pretty high. And the bar was set last high by a team that won the President's Trophy. So let's get on with the show.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
Stuff your turkey, not your house. Need more space for your winter gear or to get the car into the garage? Sentinel Storage has convenient and affordable storage solutions at a store near you. Buy Canadian, store Canadian. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses. Because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
We're back here on EST Afternoons. Oilers game day, game 1 of 82. The vibe here in Edmonton is great. Extensions galore going on, not only in Edmonton, but around the league. Eichel, 8 years at 13.5 AAV. We're 9 away from 100 thumbs up. Let's get there here by the end of this segment. That'd be great, as we're going to continue the NHL talk here with our friend of the show, Michael Traikos from the Hockey News. Michael, how you doing today?
Hey, doing pretty well, guys. Looks like we actually have some news to talk about, which is great. Everyone's signing.
Yes, Michael. You know what, Michael? Let's start with what happened on Monday. Like here in Edmonton, Monday was just a great day. 2-year extension for Connor McDavid at 12.5. He doesn't take a raise. I'm always intrigued by the national media's reaction to what happened with Connor McDavid. Just your thoughts on what he did and the next 3 years for the Edmonton Oilers team.
Yeah, well, it caught me by surprise. I think it caught the whole hockey world by surprise. You know, a lot of us were thinking shorter term. No one was talking about a 2-year deal. So, you know, good on Connor McDavid. You know, this really was a statement contract by him. You know, it put a lot of pressure now on the Edmonton Oilers. Like, they basically have a 3-year window, as I'm sure you and a lot of your guests have already been saying. You know, 3 years for the Oilers to either win a championship or show McDavid that this team is primed to win a championship in the long run, so that he re-ups with them. But you know, it was a sort of a team first contract, and you know, what can you say about a guy who could easily have asked for 17.5 million, 18 million if he wanted to? Really, there was a blank check waiting for him.
Michael, we've been looking at all these deals of everybody's big stars signing recently. When you look at the Minnesota Wild and Kirill Kaprizov contract, was that more just Bill Guerin proving that he could keep one of the top players in the NHL, so there had to be a little bit more compensation monetarily than what we're seeing now after obviously Connor McDavid? We're seeing some ripples of other teams kind of maybe taking a little bit less.
Yeah, I think with Kaprizov, I think that was one where if you're Bill Guerin, you can't have this guy leave, because if he goes out the door, what are you left with? And I know they got Matt Boldy, they got Zeev Buium, they got Brock Faber. They've got an exciting young group that is coming up, but you take Kaprizov off that roster, and the Minnesota Wild, who are already in tough to make a playoff spot because of the division they play in, it just becomes that much tougher. And even with Kaprizov, I still think they need another piece up front to really kind of be able to play with the Dallas Stars, the Winnipeg Jets, and the Colorado Avalanche. But, you know, that's one of those ones where if you're a fan of the Wild, you don't mind the overpay, because there's not a lot of guys that are picking Minnesota as their destination these days in free agency. It's kind of similar to the Winnipeg Jets. You know, like, I would have even overpaid for Kyle Connor. I know that's a good deal that he signed for $12 million. I think it's a fair contract, but had he asked for $15 million, I think as the Jets, you kind of have to say, all right, well, we don't have another plan B here, just waiting to sign with us.
Michael Traikos from the Hockey News joining us here on EST Afternoons. The deal that just came down the pipe, Jack Eichel, 8 years, $13.5 million. Michael, your thoughts on that deal? It was funny because after McDavid signed on Monday, there was a lot of media out there saying that this is going to hurt players and in their negotiating power, especially the elite. But I think what Eichel's getting is fair value for what he brings to that team and what he brings to the NHL. Just your thoughts on his new deal.
Yeah, I thought guys were supposed to be. I thought this was going to start a trend, Hernan. I thought players are going to start taking hometown discounts left and right. What happened to that? This was sort of what everyone was kind of projecting. I think the Golden Knights wanted to sit in a spot where they're going to pay Marner and Eichel a combined $25 million. Eichel was asking for a little bit more, and they came in around now combined $25.5 million. For two guys that are probably going to each have 100 points this year. This is a good deal for the Golden Knights. As much as we say that, Vegas, hasn't shown loyalty to its players and they, keep kicking guys out the door. Eichel's a number one center, and you really don't have another guy that can do what he does. And, he won them a cup. Now he's going to get a chance to play with Mitch Marner. I wouldn't be surprised if Jack Eichel is in the Hart Trophy conversation this year. I wouldn't even be surprised if this is a guy that we're talking about, as maybe a top 3 for goals scored, because, I don't think he's ever been playing with a guy who can get him the puck like Mitch Marner can. So, Golden Knights are set up now for the long term. Petrangelo's contract's now officially off the books. I know, really that, had to have had an effect in terms of getting Eichel signed, but just a really good deal. And if you're the Edmonton Oilers, that Vegas team's not going anywhere. So I know they have, if you're Edmonton, you've got McDavid, you got Draisaitl, and you've got all the pieces there that can easily go back to the Stanley Cup final. But the Golden Knights just keep getting better and better, and it seems like year after year they keep managing to find another star player and fitting him on the roster.
Michael, so now that the new rules are in for becoming cap compliant come playoff time, and there was some reporting that Pietrangelo might want to come back before the end of the season, does that give... Who does that give most of an advantage to, do you think, going into playoffs this year when we see some of the injuries? And I'm looking at Florida, obviously, with Pietrangelo in Vegas. Does that give teams a little bit more of an advantage now, not having to worry that teams are way over the cap come playoff time?
Yeah, I don't know if it gives them an advantage. Like, obviously, Florida is not advantaged anymore. And, same thing with Vegas. Like, you always kept wondering, okay, who are they going to hold out this year and be able to add late into the playoffs? Well, that's not going to be a factor anymore. So they've got to play by the rules, so to speak. Not a lot of teams can really take advantage of that. Like, how many players are able to kind of sit out the year, then just dress for game one? I'm still amazed at, how Matthew Tkachuk was able to start the playoffs basically injured, and then sort of get healthy as the playoffs went on. It's usually the other way around. And, you're not going to see players do that or teams do that anymore. So Sasha Barkov right now is out for Florida. We'll see if he returns before the season's done. But, it's not like Florida can say to him in the final weeks, okay, just sit out. We'll dress you for game one. And in the meantime, we're going to grab, this star player who's available via trade. Like that's not going to be a possibility anymore. So, I think it just levels the playing field. I don't know if there's a team that has necessarily an advantage. I just think it just kind of makes it more fair for everyone else.
Michael, we have another great game tonight, just before the Oilers and Flames do battle. It's the Canadiens and the Leafs. I guess just want your thoughts on both teams. It's the first time with Toronto. We're not talking about the core four. They brought in some new bodies. What do you expect from Toronto and Montreal? Do you see them taking another step forward or a tiny step back here?
I do see Montreal taking another step forward. I know it's tougher when you've got the expectations, but they grabbed Noah Dobson. They got Zach Bolduc as well in the offseason. I think Dobson is really going to improve their defense, and that's a defense that already had Lane Hudson as a Calder Trophy winner last year, and Zach Bolduc had a strong year with the Blues up front. So, I do think that Montreal team's primed to take another step forward and what's going to be a tough competitive Atlantic division. Toronto, I know they lost Mitch Marner, but I like the pieces that Brad Treliving was able to bring in. I think Dakota Joshua, is a strong power forward that can go up and down your lineup. I think the big question mark really for me and a lot of Leaf fans is going to be who does Austin Matthews play with this year. It looks like he's going to be lining up with Matthias Michelli or Max Domi throughout the year. I don't know if either of them is going to make Leaf fans forget about Mitch Marner, but if you're Austin Matthews, you're good enough to score on your own. And let's not forget Matthew Nyes is going to be playing on his other wing. So, Matthew Nyes needs to take another step forward after what was, arguably a breakout year for him.
Michael, out of the Canadian teams, who do you look to see like their start of the season is the most important? Well, I'm kind of looking at the Montreal Canadiens just to keep that ball rolling, because sometimes when you have that success, when maybe it's not predicted as much, sometimes there's a little bit of a step back.
Well, I'll give you two options. So in the West, I'm looking at Vancouver, Joaquin. I think, new coach, no drama this year, or, at least there's no drama at the outset of the season. So we'll see if Quinn Hughes is a little happier. We'll see if Elias Pettersson can return to form. I think it's going to be a huge year for Petey. He needs to be that player that really, takes control of that offense and leads Vancouver in scoring. And over in the East, I'm looking at Ottawa. Ottawa gave Toronto a bit of a scare in the first round. I know Toronto jumped out to a huge lead, but that's a team in the Senators that really takes a page out of the Florida Panthers playbook, and they like to play that big, heavy hockey. Look to Brady Tkachuk to really kind of assert himself. But, if you're in the Atlantic, you have to get off to a really strong start, or else, there's too many good teams, whether it's Tampa, whether it's Florida, Toronto, Montreal, even Detroit. Like, I'm surprised that not enough people are talking about Detroit, because they could be a sneaky team that gets into a playoff spot this year.
Michael, I don't know if you do predictions, but we did ours yesterday. Maybe not the Stanley Cup winner, but who do you have? And you don't have to answer if you don't want to, Mike. But who do you have coming out of the East, and who do you have coming out of the West?
So I have to say Edmonton because I'm on with you guys. I don't know. You know what? I keep going back and forth on this one. I really like Tampa Bay. We were talking with Victor Hedman earlier in the year, and he seems like he's kind of peeved that Florida's been taking a lot of the headlines away from the Lightning. So I imagine the Lightning are going to be a strong team, and I wouldn't be surprised if they work their way out of the East. And out of the West, you know, there's just so many teams. I'll say Colorado. They looked fantastic last night. McKinnon just looks like a man possessed, and if Marty Nishis can, you know, bury all the passes he's getting from McKinnon like he did last night, you know, that Avalanche team is going to be a handful.
Mike, I always knew you were a smart man. That's exactly the two teams I picked. So, we're in sync, my friend. Enjoy the games. Enjoy the season. I'm sure we'll have you on again. Thank you for taking some time to join our show today, Michael.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Michael Traikos from the Hockey News. Great conversation there. Danny Austin from Calgary was awesome as well. The big news, of course, Jack Eichel, 13.5 AAV, 8-year deal. They get their guy, Mitch Marner. That's going to be deadly.
The dominoes have fallen.
Yes, they have. Who's next? Who's left? Kyle Connor was a big one. Jack Eichel was a big one. Kempe. We wait on Kempe.
Kempe. Kempe as an Edmonton Oiler.
Or did Kempe's eyebrow raise and say, I'm going to hold on and see what Edmonton can offer next summer?
I don't know. Well,
wishful thinking. I know.
We heard it started with a 1, or a 10, right?
Oh, 100%. He's so good. Can you imagine him riding shotgun with McDavid or Dry?
Watching him yesterday, like he's just. And the Oilers haven't had a player like that thinks like him. Like all he wants to do as soon as he gets over the blue line is shoot the puck.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic player. So we'll see. We'll see more of these deals because now McDavid signed, right? And now everybody's falling into place. Yeah. So maybe Kempe's next. Maybe he is. We still got a ways to go for this week. So maybe he's signed up by Friday, which would be great for the LA Kings, especially with Kopitar calling it a career after this one. They can't let their best player walk, right? So it's going to be interesting. Now, the afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out their happy hour. It's 525 drinks available Sunday to Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Where are we at for Dubs? Let's take a look. We hit 100.
Hey! Thank you, everybody.
It's the first time since Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Thank you. On the other side of the breaks, we'll continue to tee up Flames and Oilers. Just quickly, Juan says first goal, Nurse into his own net. Ooh, ouch. This one says Stuart Skinner by default. This one, no name on it, says McDavid scores first. This one, no name, says I think Nuge scores the first goal this season. Mangiapane for 25 from this texter. This one says, happy game day. Can we just say Yamark is an average penalty killer? Last year was a bit of a roller coaster for the BK, and he was a part of that. Well, you won't have to worry about that tonight because he will not be playing. And Andrew, the accountant, says, Hernan, you're dead on. Washington was playing above their floor last year. Do we really think Dubois can put together back-to-back good seasons? I don't. That's a good question. And that's my team to take a step back. We close it out. We get you ready for the Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. And, of course, the debut of it's not a debut, it's the
debut of Benny.
The debut of Benny, but the return of the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show gets going at 7 o'clock right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson, Matt Cassian will get you set for all the action down at Rogers Place. We're back after the break.
The Oilers have signed 35-year-old Mattias Ekholm to a 3-year extension with an AAV of $4 million ahead of a Battle of Alberta matchup tonight from downtown E-Town. The Oilers and Flames begin their seasons. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson go live with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 7 to preview the action. Tune in only on EST. From Vegas, multiple sources are reporting that Jack Eichel has signed an 8-year, $108 million deal with the Golden Knights with a cap hit of $13.5 million per season. And on the ice, the Leafs and Canadiens go toe-to-toe for Montreal at 5 o'clock. Boston and Washington meeting at 5:30 before LA and Vegas drop the puck in Sin City at 8 o'clock. MLB action, the Jays and Yankees play Game 4 of their series. Jays giving away a 6-1 lead yesterday to lose 9-6 in Game 3. Louis Varland gets a call tonight, first pitch at 5:08. And 3 other games are on tap right now. Bottom of the 5th inning. Seattle leads Detroit 3-0, no outs for the Tigers. Runner on first, Zach McKinstry at bat. Bryce Miller pitching for Seattle as Mariners look to close out the series up 2-1 in the ALDS. This sports update is brought to you by the Capital Care Foundation. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care, whether it's a one-time donation or monthly contribution. Every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at Capital Care Foundation.net. EST Afternoons wraps up after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
Wing showdown time at the Canadian Brewhouse. Creamy street corn goes head-to-head with Mexican chili lime. 2 bold flavors battling for your taste buds. Grab them anytime, or just 69 cents every Wing Wednesday. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
The Alberta Snowmobile and Power Sports Show is back October 17th and 18th at the Edmonton Expo Center. See the 2026 lineup of sleds, ATVs, decks, GMC trucks, gear, and accessories. Meet 13-time X Games pro athlete Levi LaValle. Presented by GMC. AlbertaSnowmobileShow.com.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
The temperature may be dropping, but the action's heating up. Play Alberta is offering odds boosts on every Oilers game all season long. This is your chance to score big. And for a limited time only, our listeners get an exclusive $50 free bet when they deposit $50 using EST50. That's code EST50 for an exclusive $50 free bet. Alberta wins with Play Alberta. Must be 18 plus to play. If you gamble, please use your game sense.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino.
Just wasting gas. Whoa, blurring them dotted lines, killing.
Don't miss 3-time CCMA Performer of the Year, Dallas Smith, Unplugged, November 1st at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement, bet on it.
All right, final segment here on Oilers Game Day. The vibe is alive here in Edmonton as they kick off the 2025-26 season. A new thing now, okay? And I was going to bring this up earlier and I totally forgot. But everybody likes La Bamba, right? We have a good time singing it. It gets everybody in a good mood. So in order for Hernan to sing La Bamba after a win, we got to come up with something that's going to happen in tonight's game that's kind of not far-fetched, but not very easy. Like McDavid 2 points, that's too easy.
Yeah.
So start sending in. Hernan will sing La Bamba if they win. And if, so for example, Stuart Skinner scores an empty netter, which is a little far-fetched, but Podkolzin, 4 points. Trent Frederick, the Gordie Howe hat trick. So start sending those in now. We only got about 10 minutes, and we'll pick the best one. And if the Oilers win tonight, and if whatever you send in and we agree on happens, we'll sing La Bamba. Gager? We got some stuff up here, some cool stuff. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah, so I've talked about my daughter, obviously dancing for years and coming to an end. And my wife beads the dresses. So, and I don't know if you can see too much. So she started, I'm going to do a jersey this year. And she started doing a jersey and she did a hat too. Mm-hmm. And you can kind of see if Coob can grab that, it's quite... You'd have to see the lights, and I'll post some on socials later. But yeah, she's looking to bead stuff. So if you're looking for a gift, and if you want something like this, or you want some more pictures, I'll put it out on the socials. But this is something that my wife actually really enjoys doing. Oh, that looks good, Coob. So yeah, that's completely encrusted. This jersey weighs about 800 pounds with all the beads on it now. But it's we're gonna branch out and start great kind of ideas for loved ones at Christmas and gifts if you're looking for something like this, because these are all one of a kind. You can't get these like that. So
yeah. And the hat's awesome. And I've seen some Elks hat like this, like homemade. So this Oiler hat's awesome. If you're interested, like you'll
reach
give
out, Joaquin at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, and we can see what you have and go from there.
Perfect. That's awesome. So now you know. Joaquin on socials, you can find him easily.
Or on my socials, just DM me.
Yeah, for sure. Say hello to the Winnipeggers. They're probably riding high.
Yeah.
How many buckets of chicken is KFC selling in Winnipeg today?
My wife would probably do a Jets jersey too.
Hey, Jets hat?
Yeah.
Perfect. There you go. So there we have it. The Gage family here. If you're interested in any gear, they can get it done up for you with these cool little, what are these called?
Beads, crystals.
These are crystals. So it looks very, 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 very nice. All right. Hernan sings La Bamba. The Oilers have to win. Okay, so Big Uke says Tomasek gets 2+ points. Caster 1990 says Skinner gets a hattie. Well, that's not realistic.
Jeff Skinner?
Yeah. Oilers win and Josh Brown goal. Will never happen. Yeah, he's not playing. So right now, Uke's the one that's winning because he's the only one that's sending something that's kind of reasonable. Realistic, yeah. Because right now, do you have anything?
I would say like an Ike Howard hat trick.
Okay. That'd be tough, but it's
very tough.
It's realistic.
Well, what did Austin Matthews have in his first game? 5 goals?
Four goals? Was it 4 or 5?
It was 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Matthews had 4 in his rookie game. Yeah, that was the most by a rookie in a single game. A Ty Emberson goal, as I called. I mean, he doesn't score very often. He had 2 goals.
That's a good one, actually.
That's a pretty decent one. I don't know if one of the new guys score a big goal. Or if both of them score, like Matt Savoy, Ike Howard, David Tomaszek.
I mean, if anyone gets a hat trick tonight, I think you should say it.
Okay, that's on the table for sure.
Okay,
on the inbox, Stuart Skinner shutout. Ian Skinner shutout. Coach Mike says Kulak a goal and an assist.
That's going to happen anyways.
This one, no name, says 2+ fights. So we're getting some good ones. So we gotta decide. Okay, so a hat trick by any players on the table, and we'll go with one more.
A Gordie Howe hat trick.
I kind of like Ukes too, but a Skinner shutout. I mean, but he could do it.
Yeah.
Goalie fight.
I like that one.
David and Goliath.
Creb 13 says Regula gets 2. Vincenzo says Nuge gets 2 goals. Todd Peterson a win without injuries. That's probably going to happen. Connor breaks Sittler's record of 10 points.
Oh, yeah. Hernan will come to your house and sing it if that happens.
Aiden O'Neill, if Skinner saves the first shot.
Oh. I actually had a dream, though, that Stuart Skinner led in the first shot. I did. Yeah, I had a Trev sort of dream. I slept like 13 hours yesterday, and I was going like, I was having nightmares, waking up, cold sweat, and then Stuart Skinner, and I woke up and I'm like, I'm only dreaming.
Who's the best? I slept 13 hours.
I did, man. My body needed it. I feel like $1 million today.
YouTube Trev says, last time the Oilers played Calgary in the first game of the season, McDavid scored a hat trick.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, they spanked them that time. Yeah.
And then they completely fell off. Josh says Podkolzin goal assisted by Philp. Ooh. Okay, how are we going to decide? Because there's a lot of good ones.
I just, to keep it simple for right now,
Because
who knows how many times you're going to have to sing this thing all year.
Ian Morrison says Leon gets a goal and an assist in an unsportsmanlike penalty. He also says great show.
If Leon gets kicked out of over 7 faceoffs, you sing.
That's too easy. It'd be like 20. You know what I'm going to do at the game today? I'm going to count them.
Okay.
Yeah. And we'll have a number. Okay. How about we go, because it's the first game in the season, and I have a feeling they're going to win. Let's go with the first guy. And hey, listen, we appreciate all of them, and we're going to ask you every game day for these, and we might circle back to some of these. Right? It's going to be great. But how about we go with a nice one that Big Uke sent in? Tomasek, 2+ points.
Okay.
So tomorrow we'll sing La Bamba. if any Oiler gets a hat trick or David Tomashek gets 2+ points today. Is that fair?
David Tomashek hat trick. Incoming, baby.
Can you imagine? All right.
I don't want you coming in and saying, no, that didn't touch him. So I saw it.
Yeah, he's got. Okay, we're gonna be specific. Does he have to shoot the puck into the? No, just kidding. So we'll go that one. Hey, thank you everyone for sending those in. They're great. Keep coming up with, and it's gonna be good because let's say Podkolzin's like on a cold streak, and then someone says Podkolzin 2 goals and he does that. It's gonna be great. So we'll have fun with this on every game day. Tomorrow it's the return of highlights, lowlights.
Oh my gosh.
Red Light District, and then I don't know where else we're gonna go, buddy. We just gotta find something.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be.
We'll be all over this game.
Yeah, this will probably be the most dissected game ever.
Yeah,
for the first couple months, I would say. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Penner's the Skinner shutout. Should we add one more? There's a lot of people are saying the Skinner shutout.
Let's go Skinner shutout.
Okay, so there's 3 ways. Okay. Vabamba will be saying tomorrow with an Oilers win, if an Oilers scores a hat-trick goal, or David Tomashek gets 2+ points, or a Stuart Skinner shutout.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a deal, everybody. We got a deal.
I love it.
Okay, prediction for today?
I'm not going to predict today. I don't know.
Okay.
It's going to be a good game, though.
Coop?
4-3 in overtime.
Whoa!
Tomashek?
Hat-trick goal.
Yeah, let's say.
No, we got our 3 already.
Okay,
Let's save some. We got 82 games to go here. Of course,
and then 84 the season after.
Yeah, they're not all going to be
what about
wins, though.
Evan Bouchard overtime winner?
Let's save that one.
Okay.
Okay, I think the Oilers win. I don't want to give a score, but I think the Oilers are going to be flying, man. I think they're going to be flying. Big Uke says, Tomasek Hattie in a 3-0 win. Then we hit them all. Oh, man. Rip City Step, pleasure doing business with you, Hernan. See, I'm a pretty easygoing guy, right? Look at this. I'm giving you 3 options.
That's good.
To hear Alabama tomorrow.
Good.
Penner's Pancake says, I think this is a 5-2 Oiler win type game. Penner's Pancakes, you're a smart fellow. You might be onto something here. You might be onto something. Hey, Blue Jays at 5 today. Is that correct? Yep. Game 4. It's a bullpen games. Might get ugly. 3 other games on tap in the NHL. Boston at Washington. Montreal at Toronto. LA Kings at Vegas Golden Knights. And hey, a reminder that the join Nielsen and Gazzola live at Subway Sun Wapta on October 15th for the Oil Stream. Grab lunch, get a free 6-inch with any purchase, and fill out a ballot to win a $100 Subway gift card. That's 10170 186th Street. See you there. And then some tailgate news for this Saturday. The 2025 Elks Tailgate Chili Cook-Off is happening on October 11th, 2025, brought to you by the Turf District. You need a barbecue and EST fans. You need a barbecue and EST fans can head down to Lot B at 2 p.m. to experience the 3rd annual event to taste some chili and cast their votes for the favorite chili. Judges will be posted at Lot B along with the ballots and voters box. A fan vote and judges vote will decide who wins 2 separate prize packages. The judges vote awarding the trophy. Winners will be announced on October 24th at the final tailgate of the season. All right, it's game day. Lots on tap. Montreal, Toronto's going to be a great game. You can dip into the Blue Jays game as well. But at 8 o'clock, all of Edmonton will be locked in for the Battle of Alberta. Joaquin, great stuff as usual. Coop, you're the best. Thank you for your hard work today. Shout out to Danny Austin from Post Media in Calgary. Michael Traikos from the Hockey News. Enjoy the game tonight. Let's go, baby. Reed Wilkins, Jay Milne coming up 3 to 6. Oil Stream pregame show at 7 with Tom Gazzola. Enjoy the game. We'll talk tomorrow. Chowders.